Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Deals and to another episode of Budget RC. In Budget RT episodes, I'm trying to show you options to start the hobby very inexpensively or build up your fleet very inexpensively. I also classify this episode as RC Oldies But Goldies because this is really an RC Oldie But Goldie. It is a coaxial 4-channel helicopter from Heli-Max. Heli-Max is not around anymore. This little helicopter came out back in spring 2009. At that time, the RTF package or ready to fly package was selling $125, and I think it was a great deal because it came with a 2.4 GHz transmitter that is really entry-level hobby grade. It has a trainer port on the back. It has this TX424 module that you can replace to add another module. Although you can put 8 AA batteries, this also had an option to put in nickel cadmium or nickel metal hydride battery and charge it through this port. And on this transmitter, the gimbals are so smooth. And also the trims are not digital, it's just analog. But they have stops at the center, so even without looking, you can feel that you centered the trim. So it's a very nice package, and the RTF package came originally with this charger. It's not USB. This directly goes to the wall outlet, and a battery. These are not the original batteries because the original battery probably is long dead. It uses the lithium polymer battery, a 400 milliamp hours, one cell, 3.7 volts, and I'll put a picture of it here. So these are not those, one of those batteries, these are just replacement batteries. And this, I got all this for $30 through Facebook Marketplace. I think it's a great deal. And it came almost brand new, so it's in great condition. I have already flown it indoors a couple times. Why am I so excited about this helicopter? Because this was kind of like a groundbreaking helicopter that you could fly indoors very easily. This doesn't have a gyro. Actually, it has a gyro, but it is only for the tail lock. And it was inherently stable. The reason is it is coaxial. Now, the coaxial helicopters you see these days are not something like this. Those are usually 3-channel. This is full, real 4-channel helicopter. Each coaxial rotor blade is driven by another motor, so it has 2 motors. But in addition to that, it also has 2 servos. The servos control the cyclic. The cyclic, what it does is, for the lower tail rotor, the cyclic banks it forward and back and also side to side. Not like one of those 3-channel coaxial helicopters that you see on the market right now, and which has a rotor blade that's facing up. That's for like pitching it forward and backward. And those are not good for training to learn flying radio control helicopters because it will teach you the wrong muscle memory because this is the yaw on those 3-channel helicopters. Whereas on a real 4-channel helicopter, this is the yaw axis on the left. Let me quickly show you how easy it is to bind and set it up. So if it is the first time you are setting this up, you first put the battery in. I'm going to use one of these old batteries. They have enough juice for this. And you connect the battery. And then you will see that the light on the receiver is blinking red. And then you turn on the transmitter, making sure that both the throttle as well as the throttle trim is all the way down. This is important because I found out that if the throttle trim is at the center, let me show you. The rotor blades engage because that's enough throttle for it. And make sure that you do this while this is just standing still, because although there is not a gyro controlling all axes, there is a tail lock gyro that controls the yaw axis. It tries to keep the heading in one orientation unless you give a yaw input on the left hand stick. And let me show you the cyclic. So as I mentioned, there are 2 servos. And these are linear servos on the control board. There are 2 control boards, one on the right, one on the left. And look, so this is controlling the right and left bank, and this is controlling the pitch angle or the front and back banks. So this helicopter has real cyclic control like the other single main rotor, one tail rotor helicopters that you see. As I mentioned, I got this for $30 through Facebook Marketplace, and the person selling this was Shahar, and we became very good friends because we had very similar hobby interests. And we even made a video together. I'll put that link over here. He flew one of my airplanes, the DMZ Decathlon, later, which I crashed in that video. And we became very good friends. So, you know, when you go out and buy these used things, sometimes you meet very interesting people and sometimes you become friends. It is all ready to go, so let's do it. So, as you see, if I let go, it is turning left, it's yawing left, so I need to fix that first. But as you see, it's like very stable, although it doesn't have all the gyro to the other axes except just the yaw axis. It's very stable. So now I did the trimming a little bit and it just needs a little bit more trim. And once the trim is there, let's see, is the tail lock gyro doing its job? Looks like it. It's from time to time it's just losing that adjustment, but right now it is really nice. You see, very smooth. And by the way, this is doing a full pirouette, so it's nice and smooth. Let's do another one to the other side. And the throttle is not too sensitive, so it's not just going up and down like crazy. The only thing is you have to just keep giving some yaw input, the rudder input, because the gyro, 13 years ago, were not as sensitive as the ones that we have now. Let me bring the helicopter a little closer to the camera, just to show you. And the tail rotor is just freely spinning. Just a little bit from the other side, other angle. So a catwalk turn. And like full forward. Turn around, come back. And as you see, it's very easy to fly indoors. And it doesn't have the oomph to fly outdoors unless it's a very calm day, because this is the full speed, as you see. Alright, so what happened is I pulled back. I was let go of the front and it just did this. Because of the fly bar, it kind of came back and they just hit. So let's see if everything is good. Yep. It hit the tripod of my camera, but it's still flying pretty good. No issues here. So just let me show you. You let go and then it snaps back a little bit. Do you see? That's kind of like because of the, you let go. If you're going forward, you let go and then it will snap back a little bit. And if you do it too quickly, like push back, and it just sometimes gets out of whack, because there's a fly bar. And it doesn't have a gyro doing the job of the fly bar, keeping it steady. But it's hardy, so we have also shown how hardy it is. I'm very happy with my purchase. For $30 I added this basically classic helicopter to my fleet, and I can just now practice my indoor flying skills with this one. It needs some training. As you see, it flies very nicely. and very gentle turns. Although I'm not that good with helicopter, I can still keep it flying in these close quarters. And I'm going to work on my orientation skills with this, flying it sideways or facing towards me. It can get really kind of strange when you are going right and left and forward and backward. So, right becomes its left and your left becomes its right, and front back the other way. So you have to think that you are actually sitting inside it, in the cockpit. You imagine yourself in the cockpit and then give the controls properly that way. And then just you do the same thing when it's facing right and when it's facing left. And with this 500 milliamp hour battery, although it's not a new battery, its flight time is pretty good. I haven't felt its power decreasing or anything. Still flying strong, nice and strong. The great thing about this is it is very easy to keep it on a certain altitude without worrying too much about the throttle. So the throttle is not too sensitive. You just have to be careful not to go too fast and then the sudden movement changes like this, and then it just gets out of whack, as you could see in this one. Like coming back very quickly, and then you do the reverse control forward and gets out of whack a little bit, loses its balance. So you have to be gentle with the controls, and this is not a 3D flyer, definitely not. Let's land it and finish this review. Alright folks, here it is. Heli-Max Novus CX. It is a micro flyer. If you are familiar with Blade MCX, this is a little larger and a little heavier than that one, but has similar characteristics. It's a very nice oldie but goldie. If you find it around $30, I will recommend buying it. I think this can easily be a great trainer, first helicopter, if you find one. I don't like the new 3-channel coaxial helicopters because they give you the wrong muscle memory on your right thumb. Because this right thumb should control the banking of the helicopter, right and left. So it will be the cyclic. But instead on those 3-channel helicopters, it controls the yaw, the rotation of the helicopter. That should be trained into your left thumb on a Mode 2 transmitter. And Mode 2 transmitters are the standard in the United States and North America. Alright folks, thank you very much for watching. We have more Budget RC episodes coming, so stay tuned. Stay safe and healthy. Hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.